We are so glad you're with us here today on 10 Tampa Bay. I'm Carolina Lead in for Courtney.
And I'm Josh Sidorowicz. As we come on the air, though, we do have new details to share in a wild crime spree, from arson to Molotov cocktails and a car chase on one of Tampa Bay's busiest highways. This man, Luke Neely, is accused of all three. He was chased down and arrested after a witness saw him throwing a Molotov cocktail at this house. New at 5 o'clock, 10 Tampa Bay's Chris Rogers spoke with the person who called 911.
Luke Neely is a bad man.
A crime spree that started in Ybor City.
He goes to the Ritz, where he tries to set the rear of the building and does set the air conditioning unit on fire.
30-year-old Luke Neely tried setting multiple fires in Ybor City. Officers tried to stop him, but he got in his car and started heading toward Polk County.
The suspect fled, drove onto the sidewalk, and while he was driving on the sidewalk, an officer had the ability to get out of the car, and when he drove by, the officer saw the suspect making a furtive movement underneath his seat.
Officers chose not to give chase.
The pursuit didn't happen because the safety of our residents always comes first. And at that time, we may have put innocent, pedestrians and drivers on 7th Avenue at risk.
In Polk County, the reign of terror continued.
And he just started taking what looked like gasoline inside of or either gasoline or lighter fluid inside of a mason jar with a rag attached to it, lighting them up, and started tossing them on top of this neighbor's roof.
When Creighton Hotchkiss turned the corner in this Lakeland neighborhood, he came across a very unusual scene. A man throwing Molotov cocktails onto the roof of this home, with the house starting to catch fire, and the man showing no signs of slowing down. He knew he had to call 911.
I was just like, all right, I gotta call the police now. Like, this is getting nuts. And he was kind of looking around, pacing, looked like he was maybe angry or just almost looked like he was doing yard work, like it was like a normal day to him.
Police say one of Neely's former high school classmates lived inside the home, but they hadn't spoken in years. Hotchkiss describes watching the scene unfold.
I saw fire starting to come out. I saw the grass was starting to burn up. I was just like, this can't be normal.
Deputies arrived as he threw his 7th Molotov cocktail.
Deputy Hurth hollered at Luke, our suspect, told him to stop. He jumped in the vehicle and began to flee.
Neely then led law enforcement on a chase that ended on I-4 when he got out of his car with what appeared to be a gun. Deputies fired.
Shot fire, shot fire.
Twice in the right leg, once in the left leg, and once in the groin.
Creighton Hotchkiss says he's glad he took action when he did.
I just wanted, just to try to keep the neighborhood safe from, what was going on.
In a situation that could have ended so much worse. Chris Rogers, 10 Tampa Bay.
And Neely is in the hospital right now, where he is under arrest, and he faces, of course, multiple charges here.